Homes in shambles sell for millions as Sydney's auction clearance rate hit 77%. They are the kind of properties you'd expect to see in dystopian films, and in Sydney they're selling for millions. Yet another round of dilapidated properties sold at auction last week as a sudden bump in the number of sales failed to ease pressure on buyers to bid high on the homes they liked. A total of 1157 homes went under the hammer across Sydney last week, an unusually high number for a week so late into the year. Despite the added choice of available properties, the far majority were able to sell at or above their inflated reserve prices. CoreLogic data showed 77.4% of auctions were successful, well up on the 54.7% success rate recorded at this time last year. The North Shore, including the Hornsby area, hosted the most auctions, 177, and 83.7% sold. The market also heated up in the eastern suburbs and inner west, which posted clearance rates of 82% and 87%, respectively. The Ryde region's 89% clearance rate was highest in the country for a city subregion, albeit across just 59 auctions. Sydney's weaker auction markets were the Central Coast and Southwest, which showed clearance rates of below 60%. Sellers in tightly held pockets of the city scored the biggest prices, often for homes in need of major improvements. A drab house at 27 Isabella Street in Balmain sold for $2.5 million, looking barely touched since it was last transacted in the 1960s. The three-bedroom house is on a 462 SQM block, considered rare in Balmain. A nearby terrace at 121 Darling Street sold mere minutes after bidding started. The final bid of $1.67 million was well above the $1.5 million price guide. A dilapidated house in Rozelle sold without parking for $1.55 million. Another rundown house in Darlinghurst sold for $1.485 million, advertised as unlivable. The listing had described the one-bedroom, one-bathroom terrace on 108 SQM as a project, not for the faint-hearted. An even smaller home in Paddington with one bedroom and no parking sold for $1.29 million, while a warehouse on nearby Palmer Street, suitable for residential uses, sold for $5 million. Both properties require major improvements to make them livable.